friends. Welcome back for more I Would Camp That. We're still in winter mode up here in northern Alberta, but we've been having some unusually warm weather. We've been in the single digit, either negative or positive Celsius, which for us is a good thing and weird for this time of year, but hey, we'll take it. Biggest risk factor of that is a lot more prone to getting freezing or rain, and that can make for some really terrible road conditions where even the best studded winter tires aren't gonna necessarily save you. So we're getting out, we're gonna hit the highway. I've got a place in mind I want to go check out that I've never been to. Quite a few people have been telling me about it and swearing by it, so we'll see if it's a good prospect for some winter camping. Without further ado, let's roll, my friends. So we just pulled into a little town called Brule. I have never been out here before. It looks like a nice little slice of heaven. Some beautiful little homes here. And the mountains are just right in your face. Just off to the right there. That's so cool. And it doesn't look like there's really much to this place. Some beautiful homes. Nice quiet little place. And it looks like the road ends up this way. Ogre Canyon Trail. It says Ogre Canyon Trail, located within the Rock Lake Solomon Creek Wildland Park. Hiking, biking trail. Motor vehicles are restricted. And it looks like the trail is closed due to the fact that it is winter. So not too much to the town of Brule. Cute little spot. Nice to see it. Like I said, never been out here before. I did see a couple of pull-offs on the way into town though. So we're gonna go check those out and see if we can find a place to call camp tonight. Then we'll get out and look at some of the beautiful nature scenery out here. Well, I saw a sign for an actual campground down this way. And other than the gravel road looking very slick, doesn't look like the snow is really that deep. So there's a closed off gate down that way. But it looks like the road continues down this way. I love going down these mysterious side roads. Oh, very cool. Just a wide open area out here. Lots and lots of space. And it looks like there's a campfire over there that someone made. So, good indicator that other people have come out here with the same idea. And it looks like we could have gone this way, but that, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of rock and concrete over there that's blocking the way. Oh well. Let's go a little further and we'll see where this little mystery road takes us. Okay, so there's a side road. I see somebody's fence. So that's probably going on to private land. Who knows, getting to the end of this road might go to somebody's private land too. This is so cool. Okay, so we could keep going that way. Or, oh, that spot's blocked off as well too, so we're not going that way. So let's continue down this way. I just got to be really careful and watch the snow here. Thankfully it hasn't been very deep. We got another fence gate, someone's land. Interesting. So this takes you right down to the railroad tracks. You can see the you can see all the train cars down there. Oh. Yeah, just right off the railroad tracks here. Beautiful spot. Definitely an option for camping, but there's a couple of other pull-offs that I want to check out first. This would be a very viable spot for camping, and the rig does a good job of muffling noise, but being right near the railroad tracks and the trains going by, and they run, you know, 24/7, so it could get quite loud. That could make for a very abrupt awakening in the night, but we'll definitely, I've marked this on my little map marker app. We'll definitely keep this in mind for a possible spot. There's always the clearing further up the hill as well too. But let's get back on the road and we'll check out some of the other spots I passed on the way into Brule. So we're just heading back up the hill the way we came, as if we were heading back to Highway 40. And here's another spot over here that I think would be a very viable option. I just got to see if there's any signs prohibiting overnight camping. Oh, the sun is in just the right place. It's a little slick out here, but otherwise quite level. So there's us, and just to our right, steep hill, thick blanket of trees, and the Athabasca River nestled in the bottom there, and then just more trees and breathtaking mountains in the distance. What a privilege it is to enjoy beautiful nature scenes like this up close. I think we're going to make a go of it at this spot here. The gravel area we were in is definitely an option, and a very tempting option, but it is pretty close to the railroad tracks, and honestly this view just has me sold. Be an absolute privilege to enjoy this in the morning. And as much as the wind conditions make for bad audio situation with recording, it'll be nice to listen to that when I'm trying to sleep. Yeah, the sun's already starting to descend behind the mountain. Oh. All right, I kind of just threw my stuff haphazardly back here, so climb in and I'll get things organized a bit. Home sweet home in all its cluttered and disorganized glory. I would have loved to have left the back open, but the wind is picking up enough that it was rocking the back window for the canopy, so not a good time to keep it up. Plus, like, it's not that cold out, but the wind does kind of have a chilly bite to it, so other than having the window cracked for some ventilation in here, I think just gonna take it easy in here and just try to stay warm. I do have the 12-volt blanket. I also have the buddy heater. I'm not sure it's going to get cold enough to use the buddy heater, but it's nice to know that it's there and that it's an option if we need to warm things up back here. One unfortunate thing Rita and I discovered, go figure, right before I'm going out for a camp, is usually we have our light back here, which does usually too good of a job and illuminates it back here like the gates of heaven. Probably a little hard to tell on the GoPro, but the bulb just isn't lighting up like it used to, so I think the bulb might be starting to die. So not a viable light source right now. If it was pitch black outside right now, you wouldn't really be able to see anything back here. So I'll have to see about getting that bulb replaced. I'm pretty sure it's just the bulb. So to make up for our lack of a functioning canopy light, Rita gave me this to bring. I'm not sure where Rita got this from. She might have had it even before we were ever together. So it's got a red button there. Turns on a little light here, which can kind of be used as a little linear flashlight. And then another cool feature, you lift these pieces up here, these bars, and pull this up, and it becomes a very bright LED bulb lantern. And that little guy takes 3 AAAs, so regular AAAs or like rechargeable AAAs, whatever the case. I did bring some extra batteries. I'm not sure how long it goes before it dies. Never used it until now. Never really needed to use it till now. And wouldn't be a bad option too if we were sitting outside in the dark and we needed a light source. A little change we made to the rig. We've got our blue tote that, if you've checked out some of our videos prior, you'll know that when we cut off the end of our bed here to make a little more space and to be able to safely use our buddy heater, we've had this tote back here. Sometimes our buddy heater is on top of it. Sometimes the Jackery, which is over there right now, in case I do use the buddy heater, rests on top of it as well. So I was kind of scratching my head for a while as to what to put in this tote. It's got a bit of tape on the top there because some big burly man of steel kept kneeling on it to get in and out of the rig. So we've actually gone ahead and kind of made it into like a secondary kitchen box here. So we've got our new single burner in there. We've got some packets of oatmeal in there. Our tea mugs. There's some instant Tim Hortons coffee in here as well too that I need to actually break out and use. And some Ziploc bags, some wet wipes that I think Rita's mom gave us those, and some cling wrap, some tin foil. And I also have like a little extension cord, just a tiny little one in case we need it in the back here. So I like this system because before we were keeping all this stuff in that ammunition cache down there. And the problem with that, as you can see, I've just got like some miscellaneous stuff in there right now, like the bear spray, my water jug, a little fan. The problem we had with that down there is that dirt and dust gets in through the back there. Even with the bed rug, even with the tailgate seal we have in, you're never going to stop all the dirt and dust from getting in. So even with our best efforts of covering that with a towel to try and keep it out, you'd go to have a cup of tea and oftentimes you'd pull the cup out and it was just encrusted with dirt. You just end up having to clean everything. It's kind of a pain in the butt. So I like this. This makes a good secondary kitchen box. If it's cold and you want a cup of tea, you want things to be where they're easily accessible. So if we're standing outside with the tailgate down, this is accessible. If I'm sitting back here in the bed, this is accessible. It's just nice and easy. And if we have the buddy heater back here, all we have to do is simply make sure it's off, lift it off, open this up, get what we need, put the lid back on, put the buddy heater or the Jackery or whatever else back on. So I think this will serve our needs quite nicely. And with the lid on top, that should help to eliminate dirt and the dirt and dust problem. And hopefully it'll continue to survive me getting in and out of the rig. I've got the 12-volt blanket out right now. That's starting to get nice and warm. And the Jackery is over here.
Having to resort to my flashlight here due to my light issue. So I've got the GoPro batteries charging right now. I'll probably charge my phone later too. We've got an output of about 50 to 51 watts consistently. Anything that generates heat, as I've said before in prior videos, that's always going to be a pretty big draw on power. And like I said, we do have the buddy heater up in the cab, so if the temperature continues to drop steadily and it gets pretty uncomfortable, I can always bring that back here and go big or go home. But for now, I'm pretty content just having this 12 volt here. The 12 volt heated blanket is such an amazing investment. I'm so glad that I got one. We've even used it up in the cab too. If we just happen to be in the cab and it's cold, I sometimes remind Rita, hey, you know, we have that 12 volt blanket, and Rita will just quickly grab it, plug it into the cab, and just cozy right up. It's such a wonderful thing to have for camping, especially if it's like, you know, like fall or like winter, not like extreme cold, but you know, just cold temperatures. Great to have during emergencies too. If you end up having to pull off at a rest stop or you end up in the ditch or something like that, really good to have for emergencies.
I had some big extravagant plans for dinner, but I don't know. I'm not even really that hungry. I'm just at peace back here, just chilling. The wind is lovely to listen to when you're in a protective cocoon and you're not freezing your butt off. Yeah, no, this is lovely. Just out here in nature, seeing some place I've never been to before, sussing out other places that we checked out on the way just for future camp opportunities. I never get tired of this. So I do have cell service up here, and Rita just sent me a text firmly telling me that I'd better have wool socks on. So this is me proving to her and the world that I do in fact have wool socks on. There's the proof. And this 12 volt heated blanket is quite lovely. Okay, pilot light is on. Let's flip this over to low. Beauty. Let there be light and fire, but mostly fire. Well, I'm just gonna relax, let it heat up back here, get comfy, and probably just get to bed really early. Don't have much of an appetite tonight. Like I feel fine, I just don't have much of an appetite, and plus it's pretty chilly anyway, so not really gonna worry about cooking dinner tonight. Oh well, when morning comes, we will make up for it with a legendary hearty, the heartiest of breakfasts. Breakfast says, you know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, I'll see you folks in the morning, unless something interesting happens and I turn the camera back on. Otherwise, good night. See you in the morning. Good morning, my friends. As I'm sure you can hear while I record, the wind really picked up to a whole different level. It's been nice to listen to. I had a great sleep. I woke up a whole bunch of times, but otherwise slept great, stayed nice and warm. But the wind is rocking the truck. I'm nervous to even open the back window. I think I'm just gonna have to push the tailgate down and just tuck and roll that way to get out. Sun is almost up. It's starting to get light outside. I had hoped to make a hearty breakfast this morning, but with the wind being what it is, I'm nervous to set up any kind of a cook station. I'm nervous to even set it up back here in the sleep space because the wind is shaking the truck so much that I'm worried something might get knocked over. So I don't think I've experienced wind like this up in northern Alberta. It's usually down in southern Alberta that I experience wind like this, like down in the Lethbridge area. I'm gonna get a few things packed up and ready to go, and some stuff's probably just gonna have to stay back here. Kind of want to get to the cabin one trip, and then we will hit the road. Wish me luck. Hopefully I don't get blown away. Okay, so I've unlocked the tailgate. I really don't want to open the back here because of the wind. So we're gonna take the lower level exit instead. If you ever felt like you weren't getting enough of a close-up of the action, this is about as close as it gets. Oh, that is wild. Well, note to self, next time I'm camping in this part of the province, probably shouldn't park so close to the trees. Some of those trees were bending at an alarming rate. I did not expect the wind to get that bad overnight. So like I said before, I was intending to do a legendary breakfast. I am set up that I can cook simple meals inside the sleep space, but with how bad the wind's getting, shaking the truck, not really a safe option. The wind's really bad. My hands are freezing. I'm just gonna wait for the truck to heat up here, and then we're gonna hit the road. So thanks for joining me for this little windy camp out. Looking forward to exploring more of this part of Alberta. This whole stretch of highway and everything out here is a mystery to me. So lots more we're gonna see and discover together. I'll see you all next time. Stay classy.